Tabata 13. The warm-up is built in. We'll do 5 exercises a minute each, and then take a break for the light stretching on your own, and then we'll get right into the Tabata. You'll need an exercise mat, light to medium dumbbells, and then medium to heavy dumbbells. I'm using 7s and 15s, so you can adjust accordingly. We're going to go ahead and get started right into the warm-up. Burpees, sumo jacks, floor sprints, high knees, and then jumping lunges. So there's 5 exercises a minute each. We'll go ahead and get a minute on the clock, and we'll start with burpees. Here we go. Hands down, jump back, jump forward, jump up. By now you should be familiar with some of the modifications. If you need to, put your hands down, step, 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 stand up, or you can do a jump back and then step up, or you can do it on a table or a bench so your hands aren't going all the way down to the floor. Make sure your wrists are going right under your shoulders, covering up from the bottom. Keep those abs tight. Remember to breathe, pace yourself. This is your warm-up. If you don't want to jump at the top, just reach up nice and tall and then go right back down. Keeping your feet together is a little bit harder. I've got some knee issues, so I like to keep my feet wide. It'll also loosen those hips a little bit. Okay, done with the burpees. Going to sumo jacks. Arms are up, legs are together, down wide. Your legs are turned out, knees are pointing out to the side, toes are pointing out to the side. Trying to drop that tailbone straight down, no tipping forward. Pacing yourself, abs are engaged, shoulders are not hiking up toward the ears. Let's do a different angle so you can see. Not dropping forward, straight. Floor sprints are coming up next. Again, you can do these elevated on something. Your wrists are right under your shoulders. You can just hold if you need to. Here's slow-mo. This is the exercise. Trying to keep the tush low, not up here. And the foot doesn't touch down up at the top. Stays in the air, jump and switch. Jump and switch. If you need to, take a break, hold it. You can drop down to your knees and hold it. As long as the butt's not going back, you want to try and keep it a nice diagonal from your shoulders to your ankles, or your knees if you're on your knees. Just another angle. On your feet for high knees. You know high knees, it's for a minute. Go ahead and pace yourself. Getting those knees up above the waist, using the abs to lift those legs. Check your heart rate, make sure it's getting up there. Landing softly, toe ball heel, make sure the heel is actually connecting down to the ground. Don't stomp with it. Pulling those abs in, inhaling and exhaling, shoulders are relaxed. Jumping lunges, alternating. Step back, jump, switch and land. Landing softly. Make sure when you land, that front knee stays in line with that ankle. It doesn't go forward, and that back knee drops under that hip. So I don't want you to anticipate a lunge forward or a lunge back. Keeping your weight centered, center, center. Just like you're on that carousel pole. If this is too much, you can just do your stepping lunges, stepping back into it, or you can step forward into it as well. Your choice. This is our last exercise of the warm-up. All right, catch your breath. Keep moving till your heart rate drops a little bit, then you can have a sip of water. And then I want you to pause for some light stretching on your own. And then we'll get started into the Tabata. Okay, we have 2 exercises back to back, total of 8 rounds, 4 of each exercise. We're doing jumping jacks, followed by shoulder press. So, you need a loop, or you can use a straight band, just tie it around your ankles, and then your light to medium dumbbells. And you can just leave the screen thing on, or the band on. You won't need to take it off between exercises. So basic jumping jacks, light weights for a shoulder press. 4 minutes, then we'll have a 30-second rest. All right, jumping jacks, here we go. Now if you don't have a loop, that's completely fine, you don't need it. Jumping jacks are hard enough without it. Again, make sure you're touching those fingertips up toward the top and down by your hips at the bottom. Heels are connecting down to the ground. Catch your breath. Waddle to your dumbbells. We've got shoulder press. Arms are at a 90 degree. Press and touch and lower down. Now, you can always just go straight up. That's fine too. I find that people tend to have poor posture when they go straight up if they don't have a mirror. So make sure your elbow and shoulder are in a line, and then your wrist and your elbow are in a line. Weights are going down. Back to those jumping jacks. Abs are tight, landing softly. We have a little bit more strength training today. Of course, there's cardio mixed in, and we're moving so quickly it'll provide toning more than it will major muscle building. So, no worries about bulking up. Now, if your weights were too light or too heavy, the first round you did these, you can change. Modification if you get tired is to alternate one at a time, or if you've got some shoulder issues, you can come up this way with the palms facing one another. That'll protect the shoulders a little bit. Going back to jumping jacks. If that band is too much, you can take it off, and you can always do the modification, jumping jacks. Make sure those heels are landing all the way down. Don't stay up on the balls of your feet or your toes. Grabbing those weights. Here we go. I don't want you to arch that back. Nice flat back. Pelvis is tucked under. Abs are engaged. Careful not to drop the wrists either direction. Good. Weights are going down. Last round of each. Starting with those jumping jacks. Fingertips touch, top, bottom. Try and keep those arms relatively straight. Remember, if you've got those shoulder issues, you can always go to the front with those arms. that green thing off or your loop off if you want to. We're done with it. Last time, shoulders. I don't really care how you stand. The feet can be apart, they can be together. You can have a split stance as long as your posture is pretty. Remember, you can always go to alternating or you can go palms facing. That's it for that round. Catch your breath. We got 30 seconds on the clock. Remember, sip your water, don't guzzle. High plank jacks, followed by chest press. I'm using 15s. It's a quick transition, so you really don't have much of a rest. So if it's too heavy to pick up a heavier weight like that, you can use a medium weight and go a little bit faster. High plank jacks, hands are down, you're jacking in and out. We've done this before, and then you're going to stay on the mat, quickly flip onto your back for a chest press. Okay, high plank jacks. Down in a high plank position. Your feet are jacking out and in. Making sure those wrists are right under those shoulders. I don't want you back here, and I don't want that butt up in the air. Trying to keep the tush low. If this is too much, you can do step taps out to the side. You can even use that loop band that we used for the jumping jacks earlier. All right, quickly laying down. Going right to the chest press. Your wrists are right over your elbows, and then your elbows are in line with your shoulder when they come down. You've got a beautiful 90-degree bend. Pressing right up over the nipple line. Make sure it's not going over your face or toward your belly button. Right over that chest. Weights are going down. Sit up slowly so you don't get a head rush. We're going back to those high plank jacks. Now if that's too much, remember you can always hold. You can do your taps. I know the shoulders are going to be on fire a little bit from doing the chest press. Good, flipping back over. This angle quickly for you. Make sure when you're doing your chest press that you're not letting the weight sink toward you or going out too far. You want to keep that 90-degree bend. Back to those high plank jacks. Keeping the tush down. If you want to, if that's really bothering your wrists, you can do a low plank jack here, or you can lift up using your dumbbells. All right, going back to your chest press. Not a long break. As soon as you get there, it's pretty much time to go. Abs are engaged, back is pressing down into the mat. Try not to bounce the arms off the ground. Control down, control up. If you have a lighter weight, you can be going faster. Good, flipping over. It's your last time with the high plank jacks. It's your last chest press. Exhale every time those weights go up. All right, lower those weights with control. Sit up slowly. Want you to keep moving. Got a 30-second rest on the clock. Get your water. Make sure the weights are out of the way. We've got Heisman, followed by a close grip row. I'm going to attempt to use the heavy weights. This one. Nice flat back, palms face each other, and you're pinching those shoulder blades together. If you have a lighter weight, obviously you can go a little bit faster. Heisman, you know, so we're going to get right into it. Here we go. You're crunching forward. Your knees are coming up just outside of the shoulders. You're pumping those arms, and you're landing softly, toe ball heel. Really engage that tummy. It's kind of like high knees, but out to the side. You do have a little bit of a rotation of that torso. Grabbing your dumbbells. Remember, nice flat back. Soft bend to the knees. Pull up and squeeze. Now, if it's too heavy, you can alternate. I'm going to alternate for this round. Flat back, shoulders are away from the ears, and you're not just dropping those weights. Setting the weights down. Make sure you're not going to trip over those while you're doing your Heisman. Here we go. Good crunching. Really feel those abs engaged. Make sure you're breathing. If you want to pick up the pace, go ahead. I'm trying to conserve some energy for these heavy weights here. So obviously if they're too light, you can adjust, or if they're too heavy, you can adjust. Remember, you only have 10 seconds to do so. Pinching those shoulder blades together. Don't let the weights just hang. Draw those shoulder blades together. Keep a pretty flat back. Pinch. Pinch. Are you ready for that Heisman? All right, engage that tummy. Remember, that's only 10-second rest. Try not to waste it. This is our third time, so we'll have one more. If you want another option, keep going while I'm talking, is to do one side, support yourself with your hand on your thigh. So you're doing rows, single arm rows. And then the next time you do it, do the other arm. That's an option as well. So if you do this workout again, you'll know. Grab that Heisman last time. Abs are tight, landing softly. Pumping those arms, engaging those obliques. I'm going to do my other arm, but if you've got a light enough weight, go ahead and do both arms. You can also rest on top of a bench or a table, but make sure your back is still flat. Chest is pointing right down at the ground. If you're up too high, becomes more of a shoulder exercise. We're trying to work our back, get rid of that bra fat area. Good. Weight is out of the way. Catching your breath before you get some water. 30-second break. Get a few sips of water. We've got our last round of Tabata. jump rope, followed by sumo preps with the overhead tricep extension. It's a mouthful, it's not that bad. Jump rope, you know. Sumo preps, you're getting wide. Remember, this is with the pushing off. But we're adding a weight, so we're working our triceps. Everything is down together, up together, down together, up together. Start with that jump rope. 20 seconds, here we go. Remember, you're landing softly, toe ball heel. Don't just stay on the toes or the balls of the foot. Make sure that heel touches down. The arms can really swing. Remember, you can do your heel taps, you can do your prancing, you can do your knee pops. Now you only need one weight. You can grab a heavy or you can grab a medium to light, and you can adjust accordingly. I'm taking the lighter one so I can explain it a little bit better. Elbows are to the front, push up, straighten those arms all the way, keeping the elbows pointing to the front, going straight down, push up, using that leg to push. Good, that weight's going down. Now you can adjust accordingly if that was too light or too heavy. Safety first, then effectiveness, and then fun. If you want to try to get a double swing in there, if that's too easy, you can always add a touch up to it. Good, grabbing that weight. Another way to hold it is to grab it this way as opposed to this way. It's really your choice. Everything is down together, up together. As long as those elbows are still pointing toward the front, they're squeezing your temples, lift, straighten all the way. Push off into a beautiful lean. Get that leg up as high as it'll go. Knees are turned out. Back is not arching. Around 3 of 4. Got jump rope again. Abs are still engaged. Good posture. Shoulders are not up toward those ears. Press those shoulder blades down your back. Good, grabbing your dumbbell. If you want to try a heavier weight, feel free. Now if that bothers your legs, you can always stay in a plie squat and just do the overhead. That's fine too, but I want you to get low and make sure you're not arching your back. Tuck that pelvis under. Down and lift. Got one more round of each. Jump rope. Come on, this is your last time jump roping. Abs are tight, remember to breathe. A little bit easier today. Helps to throw those weights in there. You can recover a little bit with your breathing. Now if your knees are bad, if your legs are just worn out, stick with the arms. If your arms are worn out, just stick with the legs. And you can hold that dumbbell as a little bit of resistance. But remember, it's only 20 seconds. Nice and wide, plie down, lift. Landing softly, plie down center, lift to the side. All right, and there's the end of this workout. If you want to repeat all or a portion, go ahead. Remember to do your cool down and your light stretching on your own. And remember, we can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. And I'll see you next time.